Alright, we've got some mods for the ZR2 today, we got to clean up the ZR2 today, and we got to go over 5 things I love and hate about it. And that includes owning the diesel and tuning the diesel as well. Gonna get the new power washer set up that I added in the garage video. The thing is also going to do some organizing with the lines and hoses just to make it easier to operate, because I like ease of use. The easier something is to use, the more often you're gonna in fact use it. So I got the hoses to run, got a splitter to install, make everything nice and organized, and then use it on the truck and go over everything I love and hate about this thing after 3 years of ownership. Having this set up like it is now, it's so much easier. Literally, flick of a switch, turn on the water, unreel it, good to go. Start at the top and work your way down. And yes, we cleaned her car too. What's really nice about this hose now is it just wraps back up by itself. It's that easy. So to start things off, we're going to go with my favorite thing about this entire truck, one of the 5 things that I love, and that of course is the Duramax diesel engine. Now I've had 2 full-size Duramaxes before this, but this is my first ever 4-cylinder Duramax, and it has not disappointed, at least since I've tuned it. So to start, it makes the truck way more unique than any other midsize truck. No other midsize truck offers a diesel in the US. Best fuel mileage of any truck, coolest sounds, and it's just different. And me personally, I average now that it is tuned over 24 miles per gallon combined. You're probably not going to get that in any other truck. So I've been on plenty of highway trips with this thing, and my best ever fuel mileage on the highway is 35.7 miles per gallon. It's hard enough to get that even with a car, and I'm getting that with a mid-size truck. That brings us to the second thing that I absolutely love about my tuned diesel Colorado ZR2, and that is the off-road capability. This truck smokes every other mid-size truck, other than maybe a Ranger Raptor, which you can't even get in the US. So it comes with a slight lift over the Colorado. Not that that makes that much of a difference. Comes with good tires, that we'll get into that later. But the main thing is the locking electronic differentials front and rear. That's huge. It's pretty much game changing. I don't even know if any other truck offers that at all. And the biggest thing you need off-road is ground clearance and traction. When you have good ground clearance like this truck has, plus you have the best traction you can get in any truck with lockable front and rear diffs, this thing's a complete beast off-road. Now, do I take this thing off-road a lot? No, I did take it up to Roush Creek, did an off-roading day up there. It was a lot of fun. Truck did excellent on all the trails that I went through, but I don't want to just completely beat this thing up. It is my daily driver. Not worth it to me to destroy it, doing like hardcore off-road stuff. If I live somewhere with sand dunes and stuff like that, I would love to do some desert runs in this, but I don't here in PA. Let's move into the third thing I love about this truck, and that is the size. This truck is the absolute perfect size for anything that you do. Hauling a family, going off-road, just driving by yourself, parking in a parking garage. It is absolutely perfect in size. Not too big, not too small. It makes it the best daily driver out of any vehicle I've ever owned and any vehicle I think I will ever own. Hands down, by far, bar none. You don't got to worry about driving this into a city because it's not huge. These things are actually basically the same size or similar size to like a 1990s Silverado 1500 a full-size truck. So in reality, these Colorados, it's basically a full-size truck. It's just that new trucks have escalated so far in size that it makes these seem small, when they're really not that small. Perfect DD with the size and the fuel mileage. Number 4 on the list of the things that I absolutely love about this truck is just how unique it is. There's no other truck like this on the market, from the off-road capability to the diesel to how it looks. It's just completely different. The off-road front bumper, that's completely unique to the ZR2. Now the rear bumper, it's not really unique. It's just a regular one without the steps, and it's painted black. The rock sliders, the wheels and tires that come on this truck, the black trim piece on the hood to make it, to differentiate it, the bigger front grille, just all makes this truck way, way, way more unique than any other Colorado and really any other truck out there. That's just another reason why I absolutely love this thing. It really stands apart. And then to take us to number 5, the last thing I love about this truck, and it's also the thing that I hate about this truck, is the sound of the diesel engine. Now stock, this thing had no sound at all. It was dead silent, which some people could take as a positive, some could take as a negative. It made the daily driving of this truck just that much better because it was nice and quiet. It's not howling and drilling on the highway, but I mean, you couldn't hear it, and it didn't sound good. Now that I've put some aftermarket parts on it and aftermarket tuning, I absolutely love the sound of this thing, and at the same time hate it. So at startup and idle, I think it sounds great. It sounds absolutely perfect. It has that unique turbo whistle. It sounds like a little kind of skid loader, if you will. Cruising around is great. Low throttle is great. The problem comes when you rev it. So up in the higher RPMs, this thing pretty much sounds like garbage. It sounds like a Honda Civic mixed with a skid loader. It's not good. But I will say in all their aspects of this, it sounds great, it sounds unique. When I talk to people about it, they have no idea that Chevy even made a Colorado diesel. And they think it's pretty unique and cool, which I agree with. Absolutely love the diesel in this truck. I would not have even purchased this truck or even considered purchasing it if my only option was the 3.6 V6. Not a V6 guy. Those things get terrible fuel economy. They sound terrible. No chance I would have had this truck. So the only reason I got this truck was the Duramax diesel, basically. But that goes into the first thing I hate about this truck, and the last thing I love about this truck is the sound. I'll take a brief interruption and show the mods for today's video. So when we wrapped the truck, or attempted to, or wrapped half of it, I removed the ZR2 stickers from the rear because they were going to be covered up. I've always wanted to replace them, but I wanted some nicer ones, so I got these. There's the passenger side and there's the driver's side. Really nice pieces, pretty unique, but they're not like super flashy, so I think they're going to look really nice on there, so I'll throw them on real quick. That was easy enough, and that looks killer. Make sure I measure this correctly. Go repeat it on the passenger side. Call that job done. These things are awesome, boys. All right, back to more things I love and hate about this. The second thing I hate about this truck, everyone should be able to guess this, is the interior. Now, the Colorados came out in 2015. And for 2015, they were fine. The interior was fine. It was probably a little behind then. Well, here we are 7 years later. They're still making the Colorado. They still have the same interior, and it is still not good. 2022, this interior is absolutely subpar. The material is not good. The fit and finish is not good. The silver plastic trim just looks super, super cheap. The storage solutions aren't great. They have a wireless charger that's completely useless because it's too small, and I deleted it. The screen is small. Basically, everything about this is not good. Now, to build off the interior, the third thing that I hate about this truck is the technology. The technology for this whole truck is absolutely subpar. No push button start, keyless entry, etc. No wireless Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. It only has a single side climate control, so passenger and driver have the same no matter what. No cooled seats, no adaptive cruise control. This truck has no parking sensors front or rear. The rear backup camera is absolutely terrible, especially at night. You can't see anything. The gauge cluster is horrendous. It doesn't show nearly anything. The actual digital part of it is, this big, the size of a very, very, very small cell phone. New trucks these days, the whole cluster is digital. They show way more information. This, not so much. For 2015, that was okay, but for 2022, they're still making these trucks, is absolutely subpar. The fourth thing I hate about this truck is the lighting. So I've remedied that situation with this truck generally. Made completely custom headlights in the front, HID low beam, LED high beam, dual projectors, halo rings, switchbacks. Not only that, but I added a curved LED light bar to the front bumper and amber ditch lights. And to the rear, I added reverse LED pods that are white. When I first got this truck, the projectors were absolutely horrible. You Colorado owners should be able to attest to that. And then no LED lights anywhere on this truck. Backup bulbs are incandescent, brake lights, turn signals, everything. So the lighting on this truck from the factory is absolutely terrible. One of the things that I hate about this truck. And that brings us to the last thing that I absolutely hate about the Chevy Colorado ZR2 diesel. And this is not related just to the diesel, this is just the ZR2 in general, is the tires. Now the tires that came on the truck are fine, not a bad tire at all. My problem is the tire size. This truck only came with 31s. 31s, I don't even know what trucks come with 31s anymore because they are so small. This truck should have come from the factory with 33s, and I'm not even asking for 35s. Just 33s would have been sufficient. Apparently the next gen they're going to be standard with 33s. I mean, if you park this next to a regular Colorado, the tires really aren't even that much bigger. GM really dropped the ball there. I believe their reasoning was they didn't want to have to re-engineer things for bigger tires, you know, possibly bigger axles, maybe bigger brakes, different gearing. I think they went on the cheap side, which is typical GM. That is the fifth and last thing that I absolutely hate about the Chevy Colorado ZR2 diesel, but I fixed that situation. Now I changed the tire size on this truck to 33s to remedy that. The sound of this truck I kind of remedied by adding an exhaust and a tune. The lighting on this truck I completely replaced the whole headlights with completely custom ones. Replaced a lot of lights with LEDs. That fixed that. But as far as the interior and technology, there's really not a lot I can do. I mean, the interior just kind of is what it is. Now with all that being said, this very well could be one of the last or the last videos with my Colorado ZR2. My Silverado ZR2 should be here sometime soon. I do not have an actual delivery date for that yet, but when that truck comes, this truck will be gone. So I have in fact listed this truck for sale. If any of you guys are interested, send me an email. I have it listed for $45K. It has a little less than 15,000 miles on it. It is in excellent, excellent condition. If you guys want more details on all the mods to it, check out previous videos. You can see everything that's done to it. If you guys want to check out this t-shirt, it is a new design just for the ZR2. Check that out, it's on the website. That's going to wrap up this video. We'll see you in the next one.